Hey guys, this is the costume I made for the video I just put up. I thought it looked cool. I really liked the way it turned out. I wanted to be dark and kind of mysterious, but I didn't want to go all black. I especially didn't want to go like all red or like all purple. I do like white, I do like black, but I kind of want it to be a little not so bright. So when I pick my colors, I like picking darker, less saturated colors. I like that kind of look. I don't really like super vibrant in your face colors, especially for a character like this who's supposed to be a guy, not so much of the shadows, but just a darker kind of character. So I thought with all the pointed edges and the colors, I thought it really turned out nice. As you can see, there's a lot of points everywhere, a lot of jagged edges, and it really fits the theme here. So I start off with the Nighthawk head because I love the way it looks. Not only do you get a metal part, but you also get this cloth mouthpiece, which I think looks nice. You can change it to be cloth all the way, because you can actually tell that this is actually all one color, but because the top part's metal, it makes it look a bit cooler. Also like hoods a bit. I know I could have picked some of the other hoods. I see this hood a lot, this one here. I see that one a lot, and I see this one a lot. But I personally prefer this one. I think that one looks really nice. It's a bit underrated. It's more of an old-fashioned, normal style hood, and I think it looks good. As far as the shoulder pads go, a lot of what I used was costume unlocks and things you have to buy from the C-store, and this belt actually is from a veteran reward. So not all players are going to have access to all these pieces. But the shoulder pads is Cross and Diamonds. It's a costume unlock you get from Vabora Bay off the Nephilim. I'm not sure on the chance of drop, but I bought it off auction house for a few gold when the expansion kind of first came out. So you can also make it broken if you want, but I kind of want everything to be really smooth. So I didn't go for that. And the chest is the Hollow Hex armor, which you can get off the C-store if you want. I like it because it's leather, but it's not like it's shiny, and also you can tell it's kind of a hexagonal grid type texture to it when it hits a certain light. I thought it looked really cool, because if you go for full metal, I mean, it's great and all, but I kind of wanted the black to be dark. I wanted some dark black to match the hood, but I wanted some shiny bits to match the metal part. So I thought this was a good balance between that. The neck part is an armor pointed, which is from the Nephilim set. So you can see here, you can also make it broken. Actually just comes broken. None just makes it look like that, which I think that's a bug, by the way. I would love this to be not broken, to be smooth, without the little holes in it to match the other pieces, but it's just the way it goes. And if you use a chest layer, like an actual chest layer, like chest wear, it gets rid of this neck brace. I really like the way that looked, with the points and the accents and stuff. And not much really else. You have the gloves, which I used a lot, which is the armor rivet gloves. A lot of things, because you can see there's dots here, little rivets, and there's rivets on the hands, and there's rivets on the boots. Nice overall theme. Also rivets right here. So that always looks good. And the bracers are, I believe, spike bars large, which come off the Trey Kings. I did think about using the Nephilim blades with those, but I like the way these looked, just because it came with the rivets and the little lines here, and it adds more points to it, and the blades are just bigger. I thought it matched the contour a lot better, so I went with that. I'm not sure how exciting this video is, but I'm just going to keep rolling with it. The belt is Arcane 2. Like I said, you get it off a veteran reward. I have a video on how many days you need to wait. I think maybe like 200 days. Maybe, I think, 200 days. Subscribe, or if you're a lifetimer, you get it. So I thought it looked nice. The colors are a off-white, which is this one. It's more like a brownish gray. I picked a very dark red, which is right here. Like I said, I like using dark colors. And the black, I used not the darkest black. I used the grayish black, the original black, which is this one. I thought about using this one, but I think it makes things a little too dark to where you can't see all the detail in special cases, so I just went with that, and I made everything else the same color so it all matches. And the back, I used a fantasy cape, which I thought looked good, because not only does it fill in the gaps of the shoulders, because if you don't have that, see right there in the shoulders look like they're just glued on top. I used that so in the back it kind of fills out, makes your shoulders look bigger than what they really are. And I thought the black looked nice with the fur, and it matches well with the cape, which is a dark black. I think this cape is actually a dark black, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's actually normal black. Okay, it's just really dark. And also with this, I see a lot of people who get these patterns, but they there is a special technique to use. If you use this outer one here, the one to the very right, you get this weird digitized blurriness of it, which to me doesn't look all that great. So I make this just black, the same color as the rest of the pattern, so you don't get that jaggedness. Because if I go here, you see it makes it look a whole lot smoother. It's not as big as you'd want it, and sometimes you want a dual color contrast, but for the sake of it looking neat, I just picked just to only have one color show this. I guess that made sense. Even though you can't really see it that well anyway, it's pretty dark. It's base, and it's the same pattern on both sides. I guess I can make the inside like pure red, which I might actually do. So let me do that real quick. Please, the correct colors, yes. Make everything red. And well, you can't really tell because it's pretty dark red. It is a red nonetheless. So in a well-lit area, you can tell the difference. See, I got my one local currency right there. It's a pretty big change, pretty expensive. Not really, pretty cheap change actually. It really is. That's like an equivalent of 1 copper if you've never played this game before. So we went over the gloves, and the legs, same thing. Hollow hex armor to match with the chest plate. You can go with stripes. I went with basic to give it more of that grayish brown color. Leg accessories, I use a Rowan Esh. I'm probably saying that wrong. That's okay, because this actually puts spikes on the boots as well, because it's a very large piece, which I thought looked nice. It gave it more of a full effect of spikes and everything. I thought about other things, but really there's not much to show. You see here on the actual biceps, I didn't put any arm accessories on there. I left that blank. So I didn't want to put too much on the legs because I kind of liked having nothing up here and having armor down here. So having just a slight bit of armor I thought looked okay. Then I added some red to it so the contrast against the white and the black, against the gray and the black, I thought looked okay. And also the spikes on the boots I thought looked pretty good. That matched the spikes here a little bit. Because if you go to feet, there's really not that many boots you can pick. I like bigger boots, and a lot of these boots don't quite have the look I want, and I wanted more of a gothic, not gothic, but more of an armored, pointed, I guess gothic. Gothic has a lot of points to it. But there really aren't that many boots if you want medieval style fighting boots. There's a lot of tech boots, a lot of other kind of boots, but I like these. These are pretty much my default boot if I make a knight or a soldier or a warrior kind of character. Hip Slayer, I didn't pick anything here. I didn't think the skirt looked that well on him. You can't have hips wearing gear, which could be interesting, but I kind of like the slim profile he had without it, because you can't put a lot of stuff here, like this or that. But I went along with that. I thought that looked good. And I made his face, I made it very angry. Made a very angry face. Because you have normal, right? I thought his eyes looked a little too big, so I wanted angry to make him more scrunched down. And for the weapon, he's dual blades, so I picked the medium dark fantasy demon blade. I thought that looked good. Even though there are dark fantasy pieces I could have used, like the shoulders and the boots and the chest plate, I thought only having it on the sword made it that much more special, I guess you could say. I made the handle that grayish color, I made the blade red, and I made the outside of the blade black. Thought that looked good. Could have made some totally different color, but I thought that was a good contrast. And I made the gems and stuff in the eyeballs, that reddish color, to make it look nice. So, as far as scaling, he's a pretty tall fella. He's like 7 feet tall. Plus, his leg length is pretty good. So, his body mass isn't that much, and also the chest depth is maxed. Everything's pretty much maxed. If I make a character with a beard, usually what happens is I make the beard really big, and the beard gets stuck inside the chest, so I have to make the depth a bit less so you can see the beard, but it makes him look a little thin. Looks a little weird. So for this one, he doesn't have a beard, so I made it really big, and I'm a big barrel-chested man. And face sliders, not that much going on really. So that's about it. This is the costume. Hopefully, I guess that was interesting. I have no idea. This could be like the boringest thing ever. But you can let me know if this was of any interest. And I think I covered everything. Thanks for watching, and I hope you didn't think this sucked. Okay, goodbye.